Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a great stretch routine for you if you're having trouble with your splits or if you've just had a really intense leg day. This is really going to help if you're really sore. So if you're ready, we're going to first start off with bending our leg forward and just kind of sitting on our foot, stretching the leg in the back, and then just sitting upright. You can place your hands on your thigh or you can have them on your hips. It's up to you. You can go back a bit to increase the stretch. This is really great for your hip flexor. All right, we're going to slowly release and we're going to turn forward, still sitting on that foot, and we're just kind of opening up the hip here. You can bring your body forward and just keeping your hip turned in, really feeling that stretch in your groin and your hip. All right, great job guys. Now we're going to turn the hip up, so turning the foot up and flexing it. And this is a really good stretch if you need to warm up for middle splits. All right, and slowly release from this stretch, and we're gonna turn forward to the other side and coming for a reverse lunge, flexing the foot and head on your leg. I'm going to be holding these stretches for 15 to 30 seconds. It's a follow along video, so if you want to hold these stretches longer, please do. All right, and release. We're going to come to a low lunge, so knee on the ground, and we're going to come up with our upper body, placing our hands on our knee. And just holding here, pushing to the ground, really stretching out that hip flexor. So now we're going to bring our hands down and we're going to turn our foot out and just kind of place our hand on our knee and pushing it out. You can flex the foot behind you for a little bit more stability. Good, and we're just gonna hold here. All right, so now let's come for a high lunge. So lift that knee in the air, stretching the leg. And we're gonna come all the way down if this feels comfortable. If it's too much, then please stay up or stay in a low lunge. All right, we're gonna release from this and lifting our body completely up. So just get your balance and we're just gonna lift the body up, arms outstretched to the side. And now we're gonna release down and come for a pyramid position. You can bring your leg behind a little bit closer and just stretching both legs, trying to get your head onto your leg. And we're just gonna hold here, keeping your hips square, trying not to turn them out. And we're going to lift into a one-legged dog in a moment. All right, so let's go. Just stretching that leg in the air. You can turn your hip out a little bit here. All right, now let's slowly release into down dog, stretching both legs, trying to get those heels on the ground. And you can walk it out, whatever feels really good for you. Good job, guys. Just keep holding for a little bit longer, and then we're gonna come for a nice relaxing child's pose. All right, and let's go to that child's pose. Just taking a moment to relax before we go to the other side. Just feel this in your hips. And let's go to the other side, starting off with the hip flexor stretch, sitting on your foot, stretching the leg behind you, and just kind of leaning back if that feels good for you. This will increase the stretch. Good, keep holding. We're going to turn around soon. All right, now let's turn around. We're gonna turn that hip, continuing to sit on that foot, body a little bit forward. The other hip is also turned in. We're just gonna hold here. All right, now slowly turn that hip up, turning the foot up and flexing it. Good, really stretching that leg and the hip and the groin. All right, so we're slowly going to release and we're going to turn around the other way and coming for a reverse lunge. And just head on your shin or leg or knee, wherever you are. And if you're still not there, just pulse it out and just try your best. All right, good job, guys. Now we're going to go into a low lunge slowly. And just lifting our upper body if that feels good. We're just going to try and push that hip flexor down as much as we can. All right, good. Now we're going to turn out that hip a little bit and the foot. You can just slightly push on your knee just to feel a little bit more stretch in your hip. Good, we're gonna release in a moment and come to a nice high lunge. So let's go, lift that knee up. And if you feel comfortable, you can come all the way down like I am, or you can just stay up. And if this is way too hard, then just stick with the low lunge. And just hold here. And we're gonna come all the way up with our body in this lunge. And just hold here for a moment. Really feel that stretch in your hip and your hip flexor. And come down, and we'll come to a pyramid position, keeping our hips squared. You can bring your back leg a little bit closer. And just try to get your head onto your shin, or your leg, or your knee, wherever you are. All right, and let's slowly go to a one-legged dog. Stretching that hip, stretching that leg. You can turn it out a bit here. Trying to get your heel down on the standing leg. And let's come down and come to down dog. I'm really trying to get our heels down here. Feel that stretch in your hamstrings and in your calves. Good, let's release and let's slowly walk to our feet. We're just gonna hold here. You can have your legs a little bit separated and we can just walk it out. Really stretch out those hamstrings. It's also really good for your lower back. And now let's just hold here, really trying to get our head to our shins. And if you can hug your legs behind like I am, but don't worry if you can't get all the way down, it's totally fine. All right, release. We're gonna come down to our knees. We're gonna keep them together and slightly open up the knees and the hips. And we're just gonna lower down slowly and just stretch out our quads. If you can't get all the way down, just support yourself with your arms and your hands. And just hold here. Try to relax with each exhale. All right, let's release by releasing our legs first. And we're gonna come for a nice quad stretch. We're gonna bend our leg in front and the one behind. And if you want, you can lay down in this stretch or you can stay up like I am. We're just gonna hold here. All right, let's come for a butterfly now. So feet together. We're gonna push down on our knees with our hands and just kind of pulse it out here. Good, let's stretch out those hip flexors and the hips. And let's go to the other side with the quad stretch. Good, just keep holding. It's our last and final stretch. Perfect, and release, and we're finished. I hope you guys liked that video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!